Good morning, class. Today we are doing chapter 1, Nutrition in Plants. We have already discussed this chapter on Zoom also. So first of all, I am telling you about nutrition. So what is nutrition? The process by which living organisms take in food and use it to obtain nutrients for growth and development is called nutrition. So simply you can say the process of obtaining food. Now what are the modes of nutrition in plants? There are two modes of nutrition: autotrophic mode of nutrition and heterotrophic mode of nutrition. So we will discuss these one by one. Firstly we are discussing about autotrophic mode of nutrition. So as you know that green plants can prepare their own food. So green plants are also known as autotrophs. So what are autotrophs? Organisms which make their own food by using simple chemical compounds such as carbon dioxide, water from their surrounding are called autotrophs. As you know that chlorophyll is present in the leaves. Okay, so when an organism make its food from simple inorganic substances is known as autotrophic nutrition. So what are autotrophs? They have the ability to prepare food for themselves. And if we are talking about autotrophic nutrition, so you will say nutrition in which an organism prepare its own food. So what are the examples? Like green plants, blue-green algae, these are the examples. Now after that we are discussing about heterotrophic mode of nutrition. So plants which cannot produce their own food and so these are dependent on green plants or other organisms for their food is known as heterotrophic mode of nutrition. So hetero means other. So you can simply say hetero means other and troph means to nourish. So you can say that the process of taking food from green plants directly or indirectly is called heterotrophic nutrition. So what are the kinds? One is parasitic, saprophytic, symbiotic, insectivorous. Now we will learn these one by one. Firstly, we are discussing about parasitic nutrition. So firstly I am telling you about what are parasites. I am giving you one example, cuscuta. So cuscuta is the example of parasitic nutrition. So in detail I am telling you now what are parasitic plants. Parasitic plants are those that depend on other plants for food and water. And the plant on which the parasitic plants grow is called host plant. So now you can see that cuscuta is non-green plant. Okay, they do not have chlorophyll and you can see that they depend on the other plant which is known as host. Okay, the example is cuscuta. The leaves of cuscuta, they do not have chlorophyll and hence the plant cannot prepare its own food. They totally depend on the host plant for the food and water. That is for food and water and for example cuscuta. So these type of plants, these type of parasitic plants are known as total parasites. If I am taking the example of mistletoe, so we have discussed earlier also that mistletoe is also parasitic plant like cuscuta, but that is not a total parasite because its color is green. It can prepare its own food and it depends on the other host plant for the water and nutrients. So such type of parasitic plants are known as partial parasite. So after this we are discussing about parasitic nutrition. So organism obtain nutrients from other organism body. Okay, here are examples: corpse flower, rafflesia. So these are what? These are the parasitic nutrition. After this we are discussing about saprophytic nutrition. So what are saprophytic nutrition? Listen carefully. Organisms such as fungus and bacterium or mushroom are called saprotrophs as they obtain nutrition from dead decaying plants and animals. And these organisms secrete digestive juices on dead and decaying matter and convert them into simple soluble substances from which they are able to absorb the nutrients. So now you can see that this method of getting nutrition from the dead decaying matter is known as saprotrophic nutrition. Again I am discussing about saprophytic. So what are these? They are getting their nutrients from dead and decaying matter, is known as saprophytic nutrition. So after this you can see that how they absorb the nutrients. They absorb nutrients from the dead decaying plants and animals. Okay. So if we are talking about examples like bread mold, rhizopus, mucor and pin mold. So you can simply give the example fungus and bacteria. So like saprophytes, fungi. After this we are discussing about symbiotic nutrition. So what are symbiotic nutrition? Organisms which live together and they share shelter and food. Now you can see that in this animation, you can see that two organisms are benefited from each other. The organisms which live in such an association are called symbionts, and the best example is lichen. Here I am showing you the example of Rhizobium bacteria. So now you can see this is the leguminous plant, and in the roots of leguminous plant, Rhizobium bacteria lives in the roots of leguminous plants, in the root nodules. Okay, so here you can see the root nodules and Rhizobium bacteria is there. So you can see that leguminous plants give the shelter to the Rhizobium bacteria, and Rhizobium bacteria, it provides food to the plant. So they share shelter and food. If I am taking the example of lichen, if I am taking example of lichen, you can see that it is a particular kind of fungus and algae. Okay, algae contain chlorophyll, so its color is green and it prepares its own food, which it share with the fungus, and the fungus provides water. Fungus provides water and minerals to algae. So this type of nutrition is known as symbiotic plants. This type of plants are known as symbiotic plants. And if we are talking about insectivorous nutrition, so see, you know that insectivorous plants means insect eating plants. Here are some examples like Venus flytrap and pitcher plant. So you can see that these plants eat insects. Why? To get the minerals. You know that they prepare their own food through photosynthesis, but as they grow in the soil that does not contain mineral, so they try to obtain these minerals from the insects. For example, Venus flytrap and pitcher plant. So here you can see the pitcher plant has leaves that are shaped like huge pot or beaker like lid, and insect slips into the pitcher and drawn in the well of nectar. When they alight on its rim, the lid gets closed and the insect is digested the pitcher. Okay, so this was regarding insectivorous plant. So why do they need to eat insects? So what is the answer? See, again I am telling you, why do they need to eat insects? The answer is they grow in the soil that does not contain minerals. So they try to obtain the minerals from the insects. Okay. So after this, you can see the Rhizobium bacteria lives in the root nodules. And what is the function of Rhizobium bacteria? They take the nitrogen from the air. As you know that plants cannot take nitrogen directly from the air. So Rhizobium bacteria convert this nitrogen into simple form. Okay, and that simple form can be taken by the plants for their growth. So we have discussed about heterotrophic mode of nutrition.